Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to work some more on the 72, dubbed Oil Slick. And if you saw some of the Will It Run video and how much oil and grease and grime was caked on the front end of that motor, the front of that motor and all up underneath, it definitely had been leaking some oil, so that's the reason we have named her Oil Slick. But so we finished off with the Will It Run, and we called that a success. It was running pretty good actually. We need to fine tune the timing a little bit, but we'll get to that. But so today we're going to start in on getting it roadworthy, because we want to be able to drive it. We are going to do a lot of stuff to it, but we want to drive it for a little while first. We want to get it in stock form as a long bed with the 307 in it. 3-speed, how it is. We want to get it roadworthy, which phase one of that is going to be getting a gas tank situated right, because right now we're rocking this method. You know, a rusty bed floor is not always a bad thing, so we pull us a fuel line up through there and stick it in that 5-gallon can. That's not kerosene, it is gas. And we did that just for the Will It Run and sake of having a good fuel source to get it running. But
did you put kerosene in?
No, I didn't put kerosene in. It's just a kerosene can. But you know, we found us a good gas tank on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Spectra Premium. It's an aftermarket tank, but it's basically brand new. The guy put it in the truck, and it was in there for just a couple of days or weeks maybe, until he, I think, took it out and ended up doing a rear tank swap, putting it under the bed, which is ultimately what we will eventually do when the time comes to change the motor out in this truck. What is it?
What is that?
The mirror.
What is that in the mirror?
The mirror? Yeah. That is what happens when the mirror is so old that all the reflective whatever that's on the back of the glass falls out.
That looks like slime.
It does look like slime. They're not telling me what it is actually. So anyway, we're gonna start on replacing this gas tank. We're gonna pull the seat out, obviously, and then take the tank out. That new tank's got a brand new sending unit with it and everything. And I've made sure I've cleaned out all the lines from the fuel pump, the hard lines fuel pump, back to where the soft lines go into the tank. So that's those are all good to go. We just got to replace that tank because it's in bad shape.
Cannot fast.
So 1/2-inch wrench for the seat bolts. I did spray these down the other day. Kind of got them getting lubed up. Hopefully make them come out a little bit easier.
Dada.
Yes, buddy.
Do you have another wrench like that? Because I can do the other side if you want to.
I'm going to let you do this side. I got them loose. I'm going to let you finish taking them out.
Okay. So are you going to fast forward this part?
Maybe.
Okay. But when we get to the end, when we turn the fast forward off.
You see what I'm doing? Pulling back like that?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's the right way.
Yep.
I thought I was going the wrong way. I was worried that I was going the wrong way. Is it okay if I get down on my knees?
Yeah.
The rocks don't really hurt that bad. I'm not in the mud, I'm just on the rock.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Nothing. The bolt came out.
Good.
Where do you want me to lay it?
Just lay it right there in the floorboard.
Where's the other one?
It's on the inside.
Oh, I see it.
There's one at the back too you can get out.
I see it. was kind of hard to start.
Yeah. They get looser as they come out. They've been in there a long time.
Where's that other one that you said? Is it inside the seat?
Yeah, it'll be, look right here.
Yeah.
It's right there, on the inside of this leg.
Oh. Dada?
Huh?
Do you have any like cardboard that I can lay down in here to put my knees on?
Yeah.
It's not coming out. It's not coming out. Because I was doing it the wrong way, I think. But isn't this the right way?
Careful, don't get the camera.
That doesn't it go this way.
Yep.
It won't go that way. It's too tight. Maybe it goes that way.
It's just too tight. Just hang on. I'll come over here and help you.
I can't get it.
Alright, just hold tight. Go to that front one.
Let me
Try that front one I told you about.
wait. Oh, I see it. But I can't hardly get it. Can I lay this right there? Are you gonna beat out our voices?
Probably.
Or are you gonna be a rookie?
Give me
Or are you gonna do it? That don't sound good. Or are you gonna do like you did last time and not do that? Do we have to take this back all out?
Huh?
Or is that one missing back here?
That's the tank that we're taking out.
Oh, that's the tank.
The silver thing back there's the gas tank.
Oh. Where's the new one?
It's in the bed of the truck.
Oh. Is it a bigger one?
Do what?
Is it bigger?
No, it's the same place.
Or it's just better?
Flip your wrench over and turn it. No, you're right. You're good. It's clean inside. That's the reason we're switching it, because the one that's in it right now is filthy. It's all gummed up, beat up, and any fuel that comes up through it is just going to clog up our carburetor.
Where did Marty get this from?
The truck?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know who he bought it from.
I'm getting there.
You're doing a fine job. I thank you. Good?
I'm gonna let my arm rest for a second. Okay. When we get that seat out, before we change, or after we change the tank out, before we put the seat back in, can I get the wire brush?
And do what?
I'll clean out under the seat.
Okay.
I'll clean all the rust off. I'll clean the rust off the floorboard.
We want to do all that because we're going to replace a lot of that on the floorboard. We'll first it out.
Well, I'll do some of it. I'll get some of that dry up there. Like that right there. I'll make it look spick and span.
Okay.
I do a good job. I'm almost there. And I'm probably gonna clean this out too. Now, where did you put that?
Put it up on the top of the truck.
Are there any more over there that you need me to do?
I done got all them over there.
Okay, is it time to lift it up?
Yeah, just 1 second. Alright.
Are you gonna start talking now?
No.
Huh?
Just gonna drag the seat out. And push the seat
I'm gonna put this bench just right here. Then I'm gonna just put it right here.
This is fine.
Do you think I can do anything to help?
Yeah. Go around to the other side and you can help push while I pull it.
Okay. Is it heavy? I can't get it.
Yes.
Oh. Was there kerosene in it? Are you gonna have to take the door off? Oh Lord. This might not be a good idea.
What?
I mean, look at it.
Okay. All right, we've got all the hoses unhooked. The sending unit was already out. We just gotta undo these 3 bolts across the top and 4 across the bottom, and then we'll have to pull the gas cap off to get the filler neck out. vents out. Back of that old cab looks pretty good. A little rust down in there. Let's put the air nozzle back on and blow that out again. So I've been curious about what these extra lines right here are. I finally found a diagram. Basically, they loop up around and come back down, and one of them it vents out the top of the tank, goes up, comes back down into this one, and this one runs down through to the charcoal canister. But the new tank, let's see, that's where it vents out of. The new tank does not have that nipple on it. So, and it does not even have it doesn't have a vent deal on the filler neck either. So I don't really know how this tank vents. I guess just through the cap or whatever. But so I think I'm going to delete those two lines that go up the column and take this one out, because that's just less fuel lines and fuel components inside the cab, and that's what everybody's after ultimately, I think. So let's do that right now. All it is. The hose just goes up and over and goes back down to that charcoal canister that's up under the hood, which I guess we'll be deleting soon also. So that hose right there that's still connected, that's the one that runs to the emissions. The charcoal canister has a vent or whatever. And this one right here that's sticking down is the feed line. See, I've got it right now. The one that's sticking down would hook into this one, but I've got just a temporary line running up to that jug in the back of the truck, which is what we're in the process of rectifying. So right now I'm going to take this hose line loose, this rubber line loose, so that I can pull that one up out and get it out of the way, because that'll give us more room when it comes to putting the new tank back in. Get that out of there at the bottom. That hard line right there will just come right up out, just like that. I guess we could leave that little rubber grommet in there just as a place filler. Might end up eventually getting eventually we'll put two hard plugs in there whenever we do away with the end tank setup and go solely to rear of the truck setup. So let's blow this rest of this mess out and we'll get ready to stick the new one in. One other thing I'm going to do while I'm in here and they're accessible is part of the future plans for this truck is we're actually going to pull the cab in the bed and we're going to cut it down to a short bed. And in this generation of truck, the only straight section of the frame to be able to make the cuts is right underneath the cab. You know, in a square body you can do it right behind the cab or whatever, but 67, 72s, the only straight section of frame that's not curved or up and down is directly under the cab. So people have done it without taking the cab off, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pull the cab. And we got a lot of rust to fix anyway, so we'll do that all probably at the same time. But while the gas tank's out and they're accessible, I'm going to go ahead and give these cab mount cage nuts a healthy soaking with PV Blaster, because it'll be a little while before we get to this part, but you know, it never hurts to go ahead and start soaking it down, and that PV Blaster can be working and just make it easier. I'm very shocked with this truck that a lot of all the bolts that I've taken out, a lot of them are just coming out super easy. Like, I don't really understand why things are coming out so easy. I'm certainly not complaining about it, but for a truck this old and, you know, as rusty as it is in all the normal places, the fasteners seem to be just coming out really easy for whatever reason. So hopefully that trend will continue and we'll keep that up. But let's see if we can slide this new tank back in here and see what happens. So the old tank also had a hole approximately 5 3/4 over from this one, where it just had a hole where this clamped in right there. So we're gonna make us another hole. I don't think it has to be super exact, but get it back close to where it was. Now I'll put another vacuum plug on that, but if that probably needs a hose on it. Needs a hose run down out that grommet and out somewhere with a little filter on the end of it so that it can vent. I just don't know if I have any hose that small. Let's see. I do have some, and I think it'll be just enough to get us where we need to go. I can always add to it when it's out the bottom side. Or I could cut this off right there, feed that back down through, and then I can run out. I think I'll do that. Let me get my tubing cutter and just cut that off, and I'll put that 1/4 inch line on there and vent it out the bottom. So we're just going to stick that right back down through the hole that it came out of. And then I can do that. I can cut a piece a little bit long to go down over that, and we can zip tie it to that feed hose so that it doesn't sit there and rattle. So we'll do that. We'll tie that off to that right there to keep it from rattling. And then put that 1/4 inch hose down on there. Be just fine. So when I was looking up the diagram for all this stuff that went up in the B-pillar here, one of them suggested that if you were going to keep an in-tank, in-cab setup and do fuel injection, then you could either use this line or that line as your return. So that's if you're going to like do an inline pump or whatever. So that's an option for anybody out there that's looking to do that. I will not be doing that. When I do my EFI swap, I will be going to a tank in the back of the truck. Probably going to do like a 87 Blazer tank, because I just don't want to spend the money on Boyds. No, they're nice. I do not discredit Boyds whatsoever. They're nice products. I just don't want to spend the money on them. I might regret that, but who knows. Alright, I'm going to slap these seat belts back in, do a little bit of cleaning up right here, and we'll get ready to get that seat back in. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, lube them sliders, and do some different things there, and then we'll be ready to get it all back in. I'm not going to make you watch this process though. See you in a minute. I don't know for sure whether this fuel gauge works or not, but we've got everything hooked up. So let's pour some gas in her and see what happens. It is obviously reading on empty right now, and the tank is empty, so that's a good sign. I just got this 5-gallon jug. I don't know exactly how much this tank holds, but 5 gallons ought to be enough to at least bring the fuel sending unit up a little bit. Not looking too good. I do have another 5 gallons. I'll have to run and grab it. And this thing being bone dry empty, it might take a little bit to make the needle crack. Right. Here we go with 5 more gallons. If that don't make it move, then we'll know that it's an issue with the gauge or the sending unit. There it comes, maybe. Yeah, there it goes. If you guys know know exactly how many gallons of fuel this tank holds, drop it in the comments. We're going to put 10 gallons in it and see where that lands on the gauge, so that'll give us a good idea, but I'm sure somebody knows off the top of their head exactly how much it holds. But that somebody's not me. I'm wanting to bet probably around the 18 to 20 gallons maybe. I don't know, if 10 gallons don't get it to halfway, then it may be more. right, 10 gallons brought it up to a little over a quarter. So that I know it's not a 40-gallon tank, but we'll see. Somebody knows. Long bed truck, 72 C10. I don't know if long or short bed matters with it being a in-cab tank, but if you know, let me know. All right, the new tank's in. Right there it is. I've already got underneath and hooked the supply line back up to the hard line that runs up to the fuel pump. And we've confirmed that the fuel gauge does work, which whenever you turn it off it doesn't go back down, but whenever you turn it on it'll come up. So I'm not going to put the seat back in it right now because I'm getting ready to go through all the electronics in the dash and get the lights and all that working, and just start diving into my favorite thing, which is the electrical gremlins. So I'm going to leave the seat out for right now because that just will leave me a whole lot more room. But that's one step closer to being roadworthy, or as I just told Todd when I sent him the picture of this tank, one step closer to its first chili cheese dog run. We joke about we build these trucks just to go up to Sonic to get a chili cheese dog and a slushy. So the maiden voyage, I'm sure, will probably be something similar to that. But anyway, that's all for right now. I think the next thing I'm going to do is work on back brakes. Front brakes are working. Fluid in the reservoir, they're working, but the back brakes, it was dry, so I'm going to have to bleed them and start working on getting them to where they're working. Probably just go ahead and replace the shoes and wheel cylinders and all that stuff, and then get the drums turned, and we'll go from there. But that's all for this segment of getting it roadworthy. Talk to y'all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, let me know how many gallons that tank is supposed to hold, and just interact with us. It helps us out. Talk to you later. Bye.